Most men over 60 have no idea that the drink they start their day with, the one they think is helping, is actually the reason their energy feels flat, their drive is gone, and their confidence in the bedroom is quietly fading. It doesn't matter how clean your diet is or how often you exercise. If this one liquid touches your lips before breakfast, it sends a signal to your blood vessels to shrink, to tighten, to cut off the very flow that keeps a man strong. And the scary part, you've probably had it today and yesterday and every day this week. So let's talk about what it is, why it's killing your erections, and what you can do to fix it fast. Because if you're over 60 and you want to wake up feeling full again, this one change could bring your body and your confidence back to life. If you care about your health and you want to stay strong, energetic, and confident after 60, then give this video a like and consider subscribing, because every week we break down real advice for real men, without hype, without shame, just clear steps that can change your mornings and your life. The hidden morning habit, it's automatic. You wake up, shuffle into the kitchen, and grab that familiar drink. Maybe it's your usual black coffee, or maybe it's a glass of orange juice, maybe even one of those health drinks with fruit, powders, or a splash of lemon water. But here's what most men don't realize: when you're over 60, your body responds very differently to what you put in it first thing in the morning, especially when it comes to blood flow. You see, blood vessels in men over 60 are already a little stiffer. That's just part of aging. What used to expand easily now takes more effort. So what you drink first thing either opens your vessels or slams them shut. Now imagine this. Your body is waking up. Your testosterone is at its daily peak. Your brain is ready to send signals for performance. But then you pour in a highly acidic or sugary drink, and just like that, your blood pressure spikes, your vessels constrict, and the flow that was meant to nourish your heart, brain, and yes, your manhood, gets interrupted. It's like throwing ice water on a fire that was just starting to warm up. Even drinks like fruit juice, diet soda, or certain detox teas can trigger this shutdown response, and sadly, most men think they're doing something good for their body when they drink them. But the truth is, they're creating a storm inside their system before breakfast even begins. The worst part? This habit builds over time. At first, you just feel a little tired. Then your morning energy fades. Then your drive and performance begin to stall until one day, you wake up and things just don't work like they used to. And the culprit? It wasn't some big medical event. It was the drink you trusted every morning, chipping away at your strength, one sip at a time. But the good news is this: once you identify the drink that's sabotaging your flow, and once you swap it out with something your body actually wants, you don't just stop the damage. You start to repair it. You start to feel warmth, energy return, and that quiet but powerful sense of being a man return. So let's dive deeper. Let's talk about what's really happening inside your body after 60, and why this one morning habit makes such a big impact, especially where it matters. Why erections fade after 60. Let's get honest. Most men don't talk about it, but almost every man over 60 feels it. The stiffness isn't the same. The morning energy disappears, and what used to happen without effort now feels like a memory. But here's what most doctors won't explain clearly. Erections are not about arousal. They're about circulation. Your heart pumps, your vessels open, blood rushes where it needs to go, and the tissues fill up firm, strong, and confident. But when your circulation weakens, your erections suffer. No matter how strong your desire is after 60, the blood vessels that feed your lower body start to narrow. This is called endothelial dysfunction. It's when the lining of your blood vessels loses its flexibility. It can't expand like it used to, and that means blood doesn't reach your pelvic region in the same way. The result? Weaker erections, shorter stamina, and sometimes no response at all. Even when the mind is ready, and this happens silently, you don't feel pain, you don't feel sick, but slowly The life force that once surged through your body begins to dim now. Combine that with certain morning drinks, especially ones high in caffeine, sugar, or acid, and you've got a recipe for reduced nitric oxide. That's the compound that tells your vessels to relax and open up. Without nitric oxide, blood can't flow, and without flow, there's no function. Some drinks spike your insulin. Others raise your cortisol, and almost all of them shrink the vessels around your groin. So, even if your testosterone is decent, even if you take your vitamins, if blood can't move, nothing happens. And this isn't about shame. It's biology. Every man will face this at some point, but the key difference is what you do about it. The men who ignore it keep waking up frustrated, but the men who learn what to avoid and, more importantly, what to support, they often see incredible changes in just weeks: better sleep, more energy, and yes, firmer, longer-lasting erections. Because when blood can flow, everything comes back online. So, if you're over 60 and you've noticed a decline, understand this. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility now. Your body still has the tools to restore itself. You just have to stop sabotaging it first. And that starts with the drink you thought was helping. Let's now uncover the science behind that specific drink and why it might be the quiet thief stealing your strength. The science behind the drink. Let's talk about that drink. The one almost every man over 60 relies on each morning. Coffee, yes, that dark, bitter, energizing cup that feels like fuel, but beneath the comfort, there's a problem. Coffee, especially when consumed before eating, has a powerful effect on your body. It stimulates the adrenal glands. It raises cortisol, your primary stress hormone, and while cortisol has a role, too much of it too early does something damaging. It tightens your blood vessels. When cortisol spikes in the morning, your body goes into alert mode. That's great if you're being chased by a bear, but not so great when you're trying to enjoy energy, calm, and blood flow where it matters now. Here's the key: cortisol also suppresses testosterone production when it stays elevated for too long. And testosterone is crucial for libido, stamina, and circulation in men over 60. So now you've got two problems: tightened vessels and lower hormone support. Add in the fact that most men drink coffee on an empty stomach, and now your insulin spikes, which triggers inflammation, which further narrows blood flow. Some men add sugar or artificial creamers, and that just makes it worse. You're pouring chemical disruptors and sweeteners into your gut at a time when your body is most vulnerable. And if you're adding fruit juice instead, thinking it's a healthier choice, think again. Fruit juices are often high in fructose, which can lead to liver strain, which leads to hormone disruption, which, you guessed it, impacts your performance. Even so-called natural energy drinks with ginseng or green tea extract can be dangerous. If taken too early and too strong, they raise your heart rate, they raise your blood pressure, and they constrict the very flow that you're trying to support. But here's what you need to remember. It's not that coffee is evil. It's when and how you drink it that matters. If you wait until after breakfast, when your body has nutrients, when your insulin is stable, and when your cortisol naturally starts to fall, then your body is much more prepared to handle caffeine without the damage. But the habit of waking up and reaching for that cup first is like slamming on the brakes before you even start the engine. You might feel awake, but your system is already under stress, and that stress adds up week after week, month after month, until one day, your body simply doesn't respond the way it used to. So, if you want real change, start by protecting your first drink, because what you put in your body before breakfast can either unlock your strength or quietly steal it away. What to drink instead. Now that we've broken down what not to drink first thing in the morning, let's shift gears, because avoiding damage is only half the story. The real breakthrough comes when you support your circulation with the right drink. Here's what I recommend to my patients, and what I personally use myself. It's simple, affordable, and proven to help with blood flow, energy, and male vitality, start your morning with warm water. Yes, warm, not cold from the fridge. Warm water gently wakes up your digestive system. It improves circulation and hydrates your tissues after a long night of rest. Add the juice of half a lemon. Why lemon? It's rich in vitamin C, which helps strengthen blood vessel walls. It also supports your liver, which is crucial for hormone balance. Now, here's where the magic happens. Add 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is loaded with polyphenols. These are plant compounds that fight inflammation and protect your arteries. Studies have shown that men who consume olive oil daily have higher testosterone levels and better blood flow. And to take it even further, sprinkle in a pinch of cayenne pepper. Just a pinch. Cayenne contains capsaicin, which dilates blood vessels and boosts circulation, especially in the pelvic region. It creates a gentle heat in the body, and that heat helps push blood to the areas that matter most. Stir that drink. Take it slowly and give your body a few minutes to absorb it before eating. Now, you've created a morning ritual that does the opposite of coffee on an empty stomach. Instead of stress, you're getting calm instead of vessel constriction. You're getting expansion instead of hormone suppression. You're supporting testosterone. And if you want to make it even more powerful, add a teaspoon of raw honey. Not only does it taste great, raw honey provides natural sugars that don't spike your insulin the way processed sugar does. Plus, it contains enzymes and antioxidants that support male reproductive health. This drink works. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s feel stronger in the morning within days. More energy, more confidence. And yes, better erections. It's not a magic pill, it's a daily choice, and it gives your body what it truly needs. Hydration support and blood flow. The best part? There are no side effects, no prescriptions, no waiting for months to see results. Just 1 glass every morning and you'll start to feel the difference from the inside out. This is what I call a foundational habit, one that supports every other effort you make, whether it's diet, exercise, or sleep. Start your day with this, and your body will thank you in ways you didn't expect. My patient's story. Let me tell you about someone I'll never forget. His name is Raymond. He was 68 when he first came to my clinic, and he looked tired, not just in his face, but in his energy, in his posture, in his eyes. He sat across from me and said, "Doc, I don't feel like myself anymore." He wasn't sleeping well. He had no energy in the morning, and the spark in his marriage had faded quietly over the last few years. Been to other doctors, had blood work done. Everything came back normal. But Raymond didn't feel normal. He felt like he was fading, and no one could give him answers. I asked him one simple question. What's the first thing you put in your body each morning? He smiled. Coffee. Of course, strong, black, and on an empty stomach. That's when I explained what you've learned in this video. How cortisol and coffee can choke blood flow. How his vessels were tightening instead of relaxing. How his testosterone could be silently suppressed by that single habit. He was skeptical. I've been drinking coffee my whole life, he said, and I told him, that may be true, but your body after 60 is not the same body you had at 30. So I gave him the same drink I shared with you earlier. Warm water, lemon, olive oil, a pinch of cayenne, and raw honey. He promised to try it for 10 days. No coffee until after breakfast. 2 weeks later, he walked into my clinic with a different energy. His eyes were brighter. His skin looked healthier, and he shook my hand with a firmness I hadn't felt before. I don't know what's in that drink, he said, but I feel like a new man. His is. Mornings felt easier. He had more energy by midday, and most importantly, his confidence had returned. His wife even called to say thank you, because the intimacy they'd lost for years had started to come back. Now Raymond isn't a bodybuilder. He's not taking pills. He didn't join a gym or start lifting weights. He just changed how he started his day, and that made all the difference. This story isn't rare. I've seen it again and again. Men who thought they were done, Men who believed. They just had to accept aging as a slow decline until they made one small shift. What you choose in the morning sets the tone for everything that follows: energy, mood, circulation, and performance. It's not too late. Not at 60, not at 70, not even at 80. You just have to give your body the right tools, and it will respond in ways that surprise you. Raymond is living proof, and so can you be. So let's bring this home. The truth is, you're not broken, you're not too old, and it's not too late. What's often missing after 60 isn't ability, it's alignment. When your habits don't match what your body truly needs at this age, you end up tired, frustrated, and wondering, what happened to the man you used to be? But one shift, just one, like what you put in your body before breakfast, can ripple through your entire day, your entire life, and yes, even your relationships. You now know what to avoid, and you've got a proven drink that supports blood flow, testosterone, and energy. You've heard the science and a real story from a man just like you. Now it's your turn to try it, to feel it, to give your body what it's been quietly asking for all along. Remember, aging isn't about decline, it's about adaptation, and with the right moves, you can reclaim strength, drive, and confidence, even now. Tomorrow morning, skip the coffee on an empty stomach and reach for what truly fuels you. Your body will feel it, your energy will show it, and the woman beside you just might notice. To let this be the morning everything begins to change. Because strong mornings build strong men, and strong men don't fade, they rise.